The Arnold Strongman Classic is coming back to the UK on the 23rd and 24th of September.
Get to the chopper. Do your best Arnie impression, Lozzie.
Get back to the chopper!
God, yours are so bad.
I can just do the Predator.
I don't know what that is.
My Arnie impressions are crap. I really appreciate this.
I knew that. That's why I asked you to do it.
But we have the Arnold Strongman Classic coming to the UK, second year in a row. This year it is being run by 100% CA Promotions, and we have a fantastic lineup of athletes and some really cool looking events.
So a few changes from last year. Like you said, last year it was run by Giants Live, and this year it's 100% CA Promotions. The format that they're following is much more similar to the Arnolds in Ohio.
Yeah.
So they're going to be running the competition on both the Friday and the Saturday. There's going to be a few events on the Friday afternoon. Then there's going to be one event on Saturday afternoon with the final 3 events on the Saturday evening. So it's going to cover the course of the whole weekend. We've got 12 brilliant athletes. I'm very excited. We know 11 of them. The 12th we'll know soon because they have to qualify for it still.
Yeah, the 12th is going to be the winner of the Scottish qualifier, which takes place the week before.
Oh, that sucks.
So that's nasty for them.
Yeah.
But we're going to go through the 11 confirmed athletes, and we're going to go through the events. There's some spicy looking events in here.
Spicy?
Real spicy.
He'll be doing a jobby next.
So our first athlete is Murak from Greenland. Made his first World's Strongest Man last year. He's just won a competition this weekend over in Sweden. He's getting more experience and he cannot wait to get to the UK.
Next up is Bobby Thompson, the American Nightmare, the American Teddy Bear. Depends how well you know Bobby, to be honest. But the American log lift record holder is coming to the UK for the Arnold's UK.
Do you want to do that again, Auntie?
He's coming to the UK for the Arnold Strongman Classic. Looking forward to seeing Bobby. He did very well in the Arnolds over in Ohio.
These type of shows suit Bobby more as well.
They're
He's a
heavy.
static monster, and this is a heavy comp. We're going to go through the events later, but there's some heavy ones in there. Athlete number 3 is Ervin Toots from Estonia. Strongman Champions League regular. He's been to World's Strongest Man before. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing him back in the UK. He was 3rd at Europe's Strongest Man a few years ago, so he likes the UK. It'll be good to see him back over.
Next up, we have another Estonian, your friend and mine, Rauno Heinla. He's busy this year.
He's doing a lot of competition, especially in the UK.
Yes, what a delight. We will have Rauno back over in the UK. And I think, again, like Rauno used to do the Arnold's in Ohio quite a lot, and it was quite a good event for him.
He's a powerhouse. You know, people don't realise, but Rauno is a powerhouse. He'll be looking forward to some of these events.
Pretty strong.
Next up, we have UK Strongest Man Paul Smith. Awesome performance from Paul at the Strongman Classic recently. He's had an amazing year so far, really pushed himself up the rankings. People are talking about him all the time. He's had some fantastic performances, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Paul does in this one.
Next up, we have the Georgian bull, Constantine Gensha. Always love watching Konstantine compete, and he's one of those right set of events, right day. He's very dangerous.
Yeah, he's underperformed a little bit in his last few comps, but he had a back issue.
Yeah.
And he says he's fully fit now, training hard. We know what a great deadlifter he is. We know how powerful he is. Janashia on form. He's been 4th at World's Strongest Man before. He's been on the podium in many international shows. If he comes in shape, he's going to be a nightmare for all these guys. Next up, we've got another busy man competing a lot this year. Is Paolo Dwyer, 2nd at Britain's Strongest Man this year, the Irish champion. He'll want to perform and get on that podium. He's been doing really well in a lot of shows. Just missed out on podium against the real elite. Yeah. But he had that immense performance at Britain's Strongest Man earlier this year. If he can repeat that type of performance, he could be a problem for a lot of the athletes.
This next one is a true joy. Jerry Pritchett is coming over. And again, Jerry's someone who did the Arnolds quite regularly. He's suffered some bad injuries. He's lost a lot of weight as well. Presumably, he's going to be putting it back on for this show, though.
I've seen him training, and he's putting some size on and strength back very, very quickly. So I'm expecting to see good things from Jerry. We saw him last compete at OSG Masters, and he was starting to kind of get some form back. Yeah. He's had a lot of time to train. If he is in top shape, Jerry is a beast. Yeah. I mean, we all know how good his deadlifting is, but he's a great all-round athlete as well. Just depends what kind of shape he's in. When you're an older athlete, you've got to be selective, and he's been more selective this year. He's not competing as regularly as he has been. I think if he comes into this feeling good, Jerry, we know, is a very, very strong man. Next up, after winning England's Strongest Man, we have Ryan Bennett. He's very, very new to the international scene. This will be his second international competition. He's really excited. Won England's Strongest Man and shocked a lot of people by doing that, but a really steady, consistent performer. One of my boys, so I'm looking forward to seeing him do this against these elite monsters. He cannot wait and he's training hard for it.
So we've had the Georgian bull. We also have the Welsh bull. Gav Bilton's going to be doing this show. Gav, he's getting around, isn't he?
He's another busy boy this year. You know, after a quiet end to the second half of last year with some health issues, he's come back, he's taken care of his health, he's looking fitter, he's looking stronger, and he's looking like he's enjoying it. Yeah, you say happier, he really does. I remember competing against him at last year's Strongman Classic, and Gav didn't look like he was having fun.
No.
And I watched him in a few shows and you could tell there was a lot of self-pressure on himself. He's gone away, worked with his coaches, he's back. Like I said, fitter, stronger, more determined. He looks like, you know, there's no giving up anymore with him and he's looking better and better. Can he finally get on a big international podium in this show? He's got the static strength, his fitness is improving, the mental strength is improving. I've been very impressed with what I've seen of Gav over the last few months. And finally, another athlete of mine and someone a lot of people are talking about, Mitch Hooper. Unbelievable, just burst onto the scene at World's Strongest Man, won his group with the likes of Brian Shaw in it, ended up coming 8th overall in the final in your first World, so that's pretty damn impressive. Just recently came 2nd at the Strongman Classic, showing he is no one-trick pony. He's got some amazing events in this competition.
But again, very busy. He's got the Shaw Classic, he's doing Giants Live Cardiff, then he's got this. This is September, so this is after all of that.
He'll have a little bit of a break from that. But yeah, this is a real breakout year. I think that's the best way to describe it. He's trying to get as much experience as he can in top-level competition. He's looking forward to it. And like I said, when I've looked at all the comps for him this year, this is the one when you look at the events and you think, this one is for Mitch.
And finally, we will have the winner of Stuart Murray's Scotland Strongest Man. So that's coming literally a week before.
So it was a while till we find out that. But the 11 athletes that are confirmed, we've just mentioned to you, very nice lineup, very different.
So, do you know, it's such an interesting mix, athletes that we never would have seen together before and maybe never will again, because it's such a mixed bag of athletes. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to be interesting.
I am. And when we go through the events, you'll see why it's so exciting.
Yeah.
So let's go through the events. Arnold's is kind of renowned as being heavy, and it's going to be that way again. I don't know the order of the events in terms of the competition yet, but in terms of explaining them, we're starting with a 500 kilo yoke, and they are calling it the Beast Yoke after the Beast, Eddie Hall. I said they should call it the Uncle Loz yoke because, you know, we're talking about yoke. But we're going with the Beast Yoke, 500 kilos. Okay. It's going to be heavy and hard to start off the competition, like the Arnold's always is. So
the Uncle Loz yoke, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Does it?
I mean, I think it's deserved, but yeah, I'm not sure it has the same ring.
Big Loz yoke.
The Big Loz yoke would work better, yeah.
The Warrior yoke.
Yeah, anything.
You know, anything slightly resembling myself.
Surely that's going to really suit Mitch Hooper.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch Hooper is phenomenal on yoke. Proved that at World's Strongest Man. He was big enough before World's Strongest Man. His coach was pretty good at yoke as well, so I think that combination is going to make him a heavy favourite on that event. Not trying to put pressure on you, Mitch, but you got to win that one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking who else would do well on a yoke.
Jerry is good at yoke. Yeah. Jerry's good at heavy yoke.
Janashia, if his
Janashia's steady at yoke, but I would heavily favour Mitch in this lineup. So next up we have the 370 kilo deadlift rep, and this one is exciting when you look at the lineup. I mean, everyone will say Mitch because of the big talk about his deadlift right now, obviously going for reps. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Let's look at the lineup. Konstantine Gensha, one of the best deadlifters we've seen for reps, 400 kilo for reps. We've seen him doing very, very well. Rauno is the record holder when it comes to 400 kilos for reps. Yeah. You've got Jerry Pritchett, another monster deadlifter in there. Mitch Hooper as well. Those four guys could all be battling it out for some huge points.
What do you think might win?
Do you know what?
Do you reckon 8 to 10?
Bobby Thompson as well.
Oh,
he's a monstrous deadlifter. Yes, I favour those four over Bobby when it comes to reps. You know, his endurance maybe not quite as good, but Bobby will want to work hard and prove, you know, he's one of the best deadlifters in the world as well. So you've got 5 guys there that are...
It's 5 of the best deadlifters ever.
1,000-pound plus pullers, all good at reps, all looking to win big points when it comes to the deadlift. Event number 3 will be the sandbags over a bar. So just a throwing event. Now, this could suit someone completely different. You know, we've talked about Mitch, we've talked about Konstantine. An event like this might suit someone like a Gav Bilton. Or someone more explosive, like an Ervin Toots. He's very fast, explosive athlete. You know, it could change things up a little bit in the whole dynamic of the contest. Apparently, on each of these sandbags, we're going to have Arnold's head as well. Which is going to be quite interesting. So they're going to be throwing Arnold's head over the bar. Real kind of Conan's type vibe to it. Event 4 on our list is the dumbbell press. Now this one's a little bit lighter than say some of the other events are for an Arnold Classic. It's 100 kilos for reps. And we don't have any supreme dumbbell pressers in this competition. We've got a few good ones. Paul Smith's done very well recently at the Strongman Classic. Mitch Hooper also has done really well at the Strongman Classic. But there's no names that are kind of jumping out at me. I mean,
Par's pretty good.
Par is solid at dumbbell. Janashia has been good in the past, but he injured himself on this type of event. So hard to say. Bobby Thompson is a massive log presser. Hasn't done so well when it comes to dumbbell, but he has that power, and if he's been training hard, it could translate and pay off with some good training. So
it's more of a leg movement though than a shoulder movement, isn't it?
Full body. It's full body, you know, timing, explosive power. When we watch the likes of a Novikov, for instance, makes it look so effortless.
Yeah.
But you've been distracted by the moth.
There's a moth going crazy because of our light.
But yeah, it's a real hard one to predict, I think, the dumbbell. So athletes are going to be needing to make sure they're well prepared when it comes to that event. So this is quite an interesting event. We have the Arnold stone carry. Now this is very much like a Dinny stone type carry. A little bit lighter than the original Dinny stones, and I believe it's 2 Atlas stones with Dinny stone handles attached to them.
Oh, that will suck so much.
So this is going to be nasty. The athletes have to pick them up. I think it's 130 kilos in one hand, 160 kilos in the other.
A bit lighter.
Pick them up and walk as far as they can. These are going to be bashing their legs. They're going to be horrible, awkward, nasty on the hands. This one is just going to be grit, determination and pain. Pain tolerance.
Could be good for Paul Smith because he's one of those. He's not that big, is he? So he can slot in nicely. And he's got excellent grip, obviously.
I think this is going to be a nasty one for all the athletes.
Yeah, that's true.
Really hard to predict who would win this type of event.
Very hard because we've not seen it before as well. No. I know someone who's going to hate it. Go on.
Who?
Rauno, obviously. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't think Rauno's going to like this one. So the final event will be the Atlas Stones, 120 kilos to 200 kilos from a 5 foot to a 4 foot platform. So solid set of stones. I think the guys are going to be pretty tired and beat up by this point. Their backs are going to be fatigued. I think it's going to be an exciting stones to finish.
It's a really interesting show. I'm really looking forward to it. We are going to be there. You're going to be MCing, aren't you?
I am. I'm doing an MC job this time. So
MC job. And I'm going to be filming lots and lots of content for you guys.
Yes, Liz will be getting as much behind the scenes and front of the scenes footage as possible. You have permission to record everywhere, so we're going to bring you as much action as possible. So it's a £62,000 prize fund for the athletes, with £30,000 going to the winner, and every single athlete will be guaranteed something.
And there is going to be a women's show as well, but we don't have all the details for that yet. We do know that it's going to be 6 women in 4 different weight categories, but as soon as we know the lineups and the events, we will let you guys know.
And prize money guaranteed to every single athlete in the women as well.
Yeah, which I think might be a first. Every woman gets
certainly from a competition with every single weight category.
Yeah.
The Arnold Classic UK is going to be exciting. I can't wait to be there. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Are you going to come to the show? Who do you think is going to win? Which athletes are you looking forward to seeing? I'm looking forward to seeing them all.
Yeah, I am too. You're very excited, Lozzie. Very animated.
Can't help it. Strongman.
Strongman. That's a bit of strongman. Anyway, all the links that you need are going to be in the description below, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel because we're going to be bringing you lots of action from the events.